Okay, so I left you guys in amazing suspense last week because you didn't get to see the first photograph from Instagram of Kevin's sister's toes. But we are going to look at that. So it looks like it kind of sometimes tech fails us, but actually the issue is learning how to use AI and how to do the correct prompts. So there are quite a few generative AIs and more of them coming on the market, and I'll be using different ones all the time because I want to introduce you to new products. But the first one that came online that everyone was sort of aware of was OpenAI. And we look at ChatGPT. Now, for the moment, I'm looking at the free versions of everything so you can see how it works. So first is, what is generative AI? Because this is our personal learners. And when we look at generative AI, it's a type of AI, okay? And when we mean generative, it can create new content, things like text, images. So when we particularly look at DALL-E 3, it creates images from text descriptions. So leads me to tell you about something else. Each day we do different content. Wednesdays is about brand building. But we'll also be doing a day with for kind of digital marketing and design. And from that, we'll be creating images from text descriptions. So text, image, music, and even code. So you can create Python code. And it works by basically learning patterns from what we call large amounts of data and then using that knowledge to generate original output. So that's basically what we talk about when we say Gen AI or generative AI. And they're based on deep learning techniques, things like neural networks, and it uses architectures like transformers, GPT, etc. Or it could be diffusion models when we're talking about image generation. Would you like to know more about a specific type of generative AI? No, we're going to actually start on kind of building our brand, and we'll look at tools in another day. So there's also Gemini. We have Claude 2 at the moment, which is owned by Anthropic, and the one that's just new to the market, and that's DeepSeek. So I'm kind of letting you know what's out there, but I'm also just going to work on a few of those because I keeping the videos till a very short time. So would it be a good idea to create a YouTube channel that delivers short content each day, teaching people about AI? So is there a need for this? Lovely to meet us. Would it be a good idea? A few things to know before we start. This is their usage and their regular reviewing of conversations. And then while they strive to do their best in conversations, they're not perfect. And this is kind of what's really important. So let's give it a go and see what they come up with on Claude. So this is the question that I've just put in, and it hasn't put it in, given us the response. So I'm just going to copy and paste that and see what it comes up with. So it's generating the information now. Okay, so I hadn't done the full, sorry, my apologies. Teaching people about AI. Interesting that it just cut that off it, and it's going to generate it now. So very interesting business idea. We should analyze it. Let's break it down. And you can see it's generating all of this information based on the database of information that it has. So first of all, the advantages: a huge growing audience with interest in AI. Daily short content matches modern attention spans. We're less than a goldfish at this stage. And YouTube's algorithm preference. So when you're on YouTube, you're trying to, I'm going to use the word game the algorithm so that it's serving up your content to more people. Regular posting builds a consistent audience, and we're going to post every day. Educational content tends to have longevity. So it's, you might learn it today, someone else might learn it in 2 years. It's not time specific. And potential to monetize through ads, sponsorship, and related products. But the problem is the AI education on YouTube is coming crowded, and you've got to stay current, and you've got to do daily content creation that requires significant time investment because you've got to research what you're doing, you've got to script it, you've got to record it, you've got to edit it. We're going for the very natural approach. I'm not trying to over edit it. I just want it to be like a conversation that, people are talking to me. So we got to get the right balance there between kind of the technical depth and you know the target audience and accessibility. And that's why I call it the AI Fool, because I'm learning with you guys. Some potential differentiators. So we always have to be different from our competitors. So practical applications rather than theory. And that's actually why I'm using Build a Brand, and I'm building the brand, the AI Fool, so that you can see it and see how it develops. Create content for specific audiences. Mine is very much related to people who know nothing about AI and want to learn, so it's quite a large audience base. Hands-on demonstrations. So we have one day where we look at AI tools and we show you how they work. Look at common misconceptions and ethical considerations. So we have an interesting day of AI hacks from your life. And I think we'll certainly get ethical on that one. And include interviews with AI practitioners or researchers. Not sure, we mightn't do that. You never know, we have a long way to go yet. So we now have found from looking at Claude, and I'm just trying Claude and the others today, that yeah, okay, this is a good idea. So we're going to go back to generative AI. So this is the question I asked previously. We're going to go back to ChatGPT. What would be a good name for an educational AI YouTube channel? We'll see what it comes up with. So it could be called General AI and Learning Focus, Tech and AI Enthusiast Vibes, Creative and Catchy Names. So AI Academy, sounds a bit schooly, doesn't it? Neural Knowledge, I think people would spell neural wrong. The AI Classroom, nobody wants to go back to a classroom. I'm sorry, but that's a really, really Sir Albert Reynolds name. No, I don't use bad language, so you can work out what that means. Mind and Machine, AI Unlocked, okay, not really getting any of those. The AI Explorer, Code and Cognition, Next Gen Intelligence, Bite-Size Learning, Future Think AI, AI for All, ThinkBot, Deep Learning Hub, and Snap Sparks and Smart Circuit AI. Do any YouTube channels exist with the above names? Always good to check. Because you can't take someone else's brand name. You know, it's like me taking Nike. Multiple channels use this name. This name is also in use. A channel with this name exists. Well, not an exact match. It's very similar. So you can see the problem is it's generating existing names. So we're going to move on to Gemini and just see how we get on here. I'm going to say no thanks to their... Oh, they won't let me go any further. We have to... Don't you love it? Use Gemini. Okay. So we don't want email ops, but we do want to ask them. So, don't need to say so to them. Do you think the AI Fool, oh, not food, obviously I'm hungry, is a good name for a YouTube channel that teaches people about AI? It's very simple. And we can see Gemini, they don't take long. So it's a catchy and memorable name for YouTube. It is a playful tone. That's exactly it. So that's why classroom or anything like that, it's supposed to be fun. If learning isn't fun, people aren't going to do it. Pros, catchy and memorable. Intriguing, because obviously it's the juxtaposition of AI and Fool, and it's the curiosity and suggests it'll explore complexities and potential pitfalls of AI, which is exactly the case. It's approachable, so it's a light-hearted approach to AI. I think a lot of people are very intimidated by AI. I remember this when, you know, when you're talking about building websites in, you know, HTML, hypertext markup language, and people didn't really understand the code. They didn't understand how websites worked, and you can see how user-friendly they are now with our drag-and-drop website designs. We'll do that as well. And I think we're at this place with AI where people are not really sure of it. They know it's important, they know they should know it, but they don't really know where to start. So that's what our channel is all about. It could be misleading. Fool could be saying someone who's foolish or uninformed. Well, we are. That's where we're starting. We are foolish, we are uninformed. But, you know, that's okay too if you recognize it and then you learn. Limited scope, it might suggest that the channel is only about the negative aspects of AI. Well, you know, hopefully after a couple of visits, everybody will work it out. So we will go to Claude, okay, and we have it up here, and we will ask it another question. Does the YouTube channel, the AI Fool, exist already? Because you can't take it if someone else has it, okay? So that's very interesting for anyone to know. The knowledge cutoff for Claude is April 2024. So they can't definitively tell us because we're now in January 2025. Obviously, it's very easy to check that out, but it's just to give you that understanding that a lot of the AIs are trained up to a certain date and information before that isn't accessible. So here we go. We've got our channel name. We've been told it's a good idea. We've been told it's a good channel. We are officially up and running in business. So welcome to the AI Fool. See you next week.